Hi parents, hi teachers, this is Meenakshi from Mathsninjas Education. आज मैं आपके सामने चैप्टर 1 गणित प्रकाश का लास्ट पार्ट लेकर आई हूँ, जिसमें हम शेप सीक्वेंसेस को रिलेट करेंगे नंबर सीक्वेंसेस से। हमने अभी तक शेप सीक्वेंसेस को डिस्कस नहीं किया है, हमारे लास्ट पार्ट बचा हुआ है। बाकी सारी वीडियोस और प्रीवियस चैप्टर के सभी क्वेश्चंस और कॉन्सेप्ट्स के लिए आप मेरी पहले वाली वीडियोस को रेफ़र कर सकते हैं। इसका लिंक मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी दे दूँगी। हम चलते हैं अपने सीक्वेंसेस की तरफ। यहाँ पर ये शेप सीक्वेंसेस रेगुलर पॉलीगन्स हैं। रेगुलर पॉलीगन्स क्या होते हैं? रेगुलर पॉलीगन्स होते हैं ऑल द क्लोज्ड फिगर्स विच आर सिंपल मेड अप ऑफ इक्वल लेंथ ऑफ लाइन सेगमेंट्स, है ना। रेगुलर मतलब इक्वल एंड पॉलीगन्स मतलब क्लोज्ड फिगर्स, एंड वेरी दे आर सिंपल, दैट मीन्स दे डू नॉट क्रॉस, they do not cross like this. They are simple, regular and made up of line segment only, and regular means they are of equal length, they are of same length. Regular matlab they are same length. तो ये they are of same length, तो whenever you have 2 points does not make any polygon, but a polygon start with 3 points, है ना, 3 line segments. This this figure of 3 line segment, this is of 4 line segment, 5 line segment, 6 line segment. This is triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon. This is hexagon. Then we have heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon. What is the sequence here? That in each of these step one more line segment is added. So when you add one more line segment to it, you get quadrilateral, you get add one more line segment to it, you get pentagon, and so on. You have to learn all the names of the polygons here, and then you can be asked on 9th step, how many line segment will it have? Will it a regular polygon sequence have? So the answer is 9. Next we have complete graph. Complete graph are, and one more thing, and because it 3 4 they're made of 5 line segments, they are made up of 6 line segment. What kind of number sequence you related to number sequences. Now you have complete graph. How do you make complete graphs? When you put 2 point, you make one line segment. When you have 3 point, you have 2 point here, you make one line segment. So because it is made up of 2 points, you call it K2. It is made up of 3 point, you call it K3, and 3 line segments is formed here. And it is K4, and here 1 line segment, yeah, 3 line segment, and here you have to join all the points. And how many line segments are formed? 4 plus 2, 6. And then you have 5 points here, so you call it K5, and join all the points to form line segments, and you have to check how many line segments are formed. So you see that 10 line segments are formed. Now kids, you have to make next step. See how many line segments do you get in K6 and K7 and K8. Try it by yourself, and then you see that what kind of number is formed. Here you add 2, here you add 3, here you add 4, and how when you add up counting number, you get triangular numbers. So you see that these are triangular numbers. So complete graph really corresponds to triangular numbers. So complete graph is a shape sequence which corresponds to triangular number sequence. Triangular number sequence is a sequence when you add up counting numbers: 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, then 6 plus 4, then 10 plus 5, and so on. So you have to make K6, K7, and here also you make 2 more steps and see how many line segments do you get and what kind of figure do you get. Next you have this sequence. This is called stacked squares, stacked square sequence. If here squares are stacked over one another, how they are stacked? यहाँ पर एक square है, यहाँ पर 4 squares हैं, तो it is 2 का square. यहाँ पर 3 का स्क्वायर है 9, 3, यहाँ 4 का स्क्वायर है, एंड नेक्स्ट दिस इज फर्स्ट स्टेप, second step, third step, fourth step, and you can see that the square number sequence, it corresponds to square number sequence. If I ask you how many in this sequence, how many squares do you get on say 12th step, then you know it is 12 ka square. And if I ask you how many squares do you get on 100th sequence, then you can easily get the answer. It is 100 of square of 100. So this is such kind of question will be asked, and this is stacked square, and it corresponds to square sequence. This is the square sequence. Next we have stacked triangles. How do you form stacked triangles? This is one of the triangle. Then how do you draw second one? I told you in last classes also. You make like this. Then you add one row to the bottom. Then here also you add one more row to the bottom. So here you have one triangle. Here you have 1 plus 3, 4 triangles. And here you have, this is you adding one more row to it, so you are adding like this. So you add, these are 1, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are adding 5 to it, so you're adding odd numbers. So this is 9. And how do you draw another one? You get exactly copy of this. You write first, you draw exactly copy of this, and then you draw one more like this. And this is 1, 3, 5, and 7. And you know that when you add odd numbers, you get again a square sequence. Here the number is 16, so it is 1, it is 2 ka square, 3 ka square, and this is 4 ka square. And I insist, please draw 5th step and 6th step. And how many triangles will you get? You just add one more row to the bottom to get the triangulars, stacked triangulars, and stacked triangulars of stacked triangles or stacked triangles constant number sequence से correspond करती है. It corresponds to counting numbers, है ना? It corresponds to squares of square sequence of counting numbers. Square sequence, you can just say square sequence. It is not counting numbers, it is square sequence, sorry. And next is okay, you have to draw 2 more. And now if I ask you how many triangles do you get on 15th step, then it is 15 ka square, 225. If I ask you how many triangles will you get on say 120th step, then you can always, because of this sequence nature of the sequence, you will say 120 square. You can just multiply, and then you can tell how many triangles will you get on a particular step. So this is let's take next one. Next sequence is our coach snowflake. How do you explain it? How do you make it? It should be a separate topic. So see, we have a rectangle, a triangle. It is actually an equilateral triangle. You have to write, you have to always remember this snowflake coach sequence is made up of only equilateral triangles. And also we made stacked triangles. There also we have only equilateral triangles of the triangles where all the line segments are equal, all the sides are equal, or all the angles are equal. So how do you do it? What is the next step? How do you make the next step? In next step, you just make a bump on each line segment. Again, equilateral triangle you make on each of the line segments. So जो वन लाइन सेगमेंट थी ना, वो 1 2 3 4 लाइन सेगमेंट से रिप्लेस हो जाएगी. And you have to remove this because you just need this. So basically every line segment, this line segment is replaced by 1 2 3 4 line segment, this line segment is replaced by 1 2 3 4 line segments, and this line segment is replaced by 1 2 3 4 line segment. That means this line segment is replaced by 4, this is again replaced by 4, and this is again replaced by 4. So in this step you have 3 line segments. In this step each line segment gets another 4. So this step will have 3 into 4 line segments. 4 plus 4 plus 4, 3 times 4. Then how do you make another step, another star? So what happens, because you have this bump here, and then let me make it, you had this in second step, and if to go to third step, again the process is you have to make a bump at each line segment. So each line segment will have again 4 line segment. Each line segment will be replaced by 4 line segments again. So जितने भी पहले लाइन सेगमेंट थे ना उसके 4 टाइम्स हो जाएंगे. आप ये मानते हैं या नहीं मानते? ठीक है, इस तरीके से हो जाएंगे. यू मेक इट योर सेल्फ, काउंट इट, आप खुद से काउंट कीजिए. जितने पहले कितने लाइन सेगमेंट्स थे? 12 लाइन सेगमेंट थे. हर 12 लाइन सेगमेंट में 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 हर जितनी भी लाइन सेगमेंट है 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, यहाँ पे 12 लाइन सेगमेंट्स थी. हर लाइन सेगमेंट को हम 4 लाइन सेगमेंट्स बन गई. ये भी 4, ये भी 4, ये भी 4, ये भी 4. दैट मीन्स इट विल बी 12 टाइम्स 4. तो जितना भी पहले आंसर था ना उसका इंटू 4 हो जाएगा. तो नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे भी इंटू 4, नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे भी इंटू 4, नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे भी इंटू 4. तो ये कॉच स्नोफ्लेक है, ये बहुत स्पीड से इनकी जो लाइन सेगमेंट्स है वो इंक्रीज़ होती है, बहुत स्पीड से इसके नंबर इंक्रीज़ होते हैं. तो इसकी जो नंबर सीक्वेंस बनेगी उसमें ये होगा कि प्रीवियस जो हर नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4. टू गेट द नेक्स्ट स्टेप यू हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाय 4 स्टार्टिंग विद 3. सो दिस वुड बी लाइक दिस: 3 3 into 4, 3 into 4 into 4, then 3 into 4 into 4 into 4. This is your fourth step, right? In fourth step you multiply by 3 4s. So you write, how do you write it? 3 into 4 raised to power n minus 1. When you write 1, you get, when you replace n by 1, you get 4 raised to power 0. 4 raised to power 0 is 1, you get 3. And when you replace it by 2, how do you get it? 2 minus 1 is 1. This is 3 into 1, 12. So if I ask you how many line segment will this sequence, Koch-Flake sequence, have on its 9th step, then you just have to replace this by 9. This is 4 raised to power 8. Calculate it. The number is very big because it changes exponentially. बहुत बड़ा change आता है when you increase the powers. You are increasing the powers. So when you increase the number by adding the number to the previous step, your number changes very धीरे धीरे, slowly. But when you increase the power of the number to get on next step, the number increases exponentially. It increases with a great speed. And so this is the power of Koch snowflake. You can be asked on which step this number will be this. For example, this number will be 12. On which step this number will be 12? Another question. So you just have to put this is equal to 12 and you just solve it. To get this solution, ask me in the comment box if you want solution of this, because I wanted to try yourself first. And for example, in a complete graph also you may be asked how many, on which step do you get 15 line segments. So you should know where triangle number falls, on which step triangle falls on 15. Then you can find out on which step it is K6. On 6th step, so it is K6, which has 15 line segments. or you may be asked where in stacked squares where you will get 121 squares, small squares. So 121 small squares you will have in comment in the box. Where will you have 121 boxes, square boxes in square sequences? And then you have stacked triangles. You may be asked how many, where, how, on which step do you get 196 or 256 small triangles? You also comment this in the comment box. And if you want answer, you don't get the answer, or you have some problems, you have doubts in this chapter, you can just tell me in comment box. I will make videos on it. I'm always there. So friends, lastly, this is, and I have covered all the things in Figure It Out in my this tutorial. You will get all the answers to it, and I have covered all the topics, all the 5 topics and all the 5 questions, every part of it. So now this is my book. I have written this, and this is question bank on this Ganita Prakash syllabus. This is very much available in Amazon, and you can directly message me to buy this book. And it has all the syllabus that Ganita Prakash have. It is truly a question bank with question papers, midterm question paper and final term and self-assessment test it has. So you can buy this from me or from Amazon. It is link is available in description. You can join my WhatsApp group where I each and every link of each chapter is given to you. So you will have links of all the chapter at one place. You will not have to find out here and there. You can join my WhatsApp community. Thank you so much. मुझे लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और खूब सारा प्यार दें.